see you raise the hands. First timers here, very good. Very good. How many veterans, returning veterans, 2, 3, 7, 10 times? We appreciate you guys coming back. Thank you. Hopefully you're just here for the taste, right? Just to eat it. So can't blame you. Well, so what we have here is a mixture of sugar water and corn syrup. Been cooking for about 45 minutes. When I poured it on the table just now, it's a little bit over 320 degrees. So we're just trying to cool it down now. In a minute here, we're going to divide it into 2 pieces. I'm going to have a smaller piece on my left that'll be the red part of the candy cane. And then I have a bigger part on the right that will be the white or the flavored part of the candy cane. We're actually going to do 2 colors. We're going to do a red and a green because we're actually going to make cinnamon candy canes here. So I hope that's okay for you guys. Now this is the same recipe we've been using here at Logan since 1933. Same recipe, same marble slab, same hook on the wall, same stove, same heater. I have not been here quite that long. I got here this morning at about 9. Now originally, Logan's was on out on Euclid Avenue, about 2 blocks up on the west side, just north of the Granada Theater. Now at the time, that was the only theater in all of downtown until 1978, when they finally built a new theater down in South Ontario. Of course, now I think they've got like 89 or 90 theaters around here, something like that. So anyways, we used to be there from 1933 till 1953 on Euclid. We moved to this location here in 1953. We then moved in, took the hole in the wall about 16, almost 17 years ago, and this is going to be 1 year on December 7th that we open up this side. So we've been in downtown many, many years. Now I also have a side job. I do some haircuts. I see a couple people out there that use a trim. Happy to help out. I'm thinking this guy right here can use a trim. Although I only do 1 cut right there, buddy. That's what you get. Get the bald look. You like that? It looks good on you. It's quick in the morning. Not much work to be done. So he'd tell me all about it. That's right.
What's that for?
Really?
To cut it up.
All right, you can see now I've divided a little bit off of here. This smaller piece here is going to be one of our stripes. In this case, it is going to be the red stripe. Now the candy cane pretty much is all white throughout the inside of the candy cane. The striping just goes on the outside of the cane to give it its ornate coloring. That's why the bigger piece will have all the flavor, and the smaller piece will just be the color or the stripe. So we're going to put on our red gloves here. So we do a lot of different colors here: red, purple, green, yellow, orange. But mostly we do red, so these are my red gloves. So now I'm going to add a little color to it. I'm going to add a haze food color. A non-water-based color is what that means. If you use a water-based color, it would just cause the sugar to dissolve and make it sticky. So we use a paste or a gel-based color instead of a water base. Just going to add a little bit of red coloring there. And I'm going to fold that in for about 1.5 minutes or so here, so we get it all nice and mixed in. Then we'll show you how we're going to work with this bigger piece and add a little flavor to it. Now here at Logan's, we do our candy canes in about 4 different flavors or 5 different flavors this time of the year. We do the traditional red and white peppermint, which is by far our #1 selling candy cane. That would be the red and white, or the ones you see down there. The red and white is our traditional color. Then we do a red, white, and green, which is what we're going to be doing this time. We take away the big red stripe, we make it green. That way we can tell those are our cinnamon canes. Now in the old days, all the candy canes were the same color, didn't matter what flavor they were. What we do is we lick them. Yep, that's cinnamon, there you go. So if we decided we added the color for you guys, that way we don't have to lick them anymore. We do miss those days, but I guess it's good for you guys, right? And we also do a burgundy with a green and white stripe candy cane, which is our cherry flavored candy cane. Burgundy with a green and white stripe. Then we also do a burgundy and white only candy cane that is also the traditional peppermint flavor. That's named after Hannah. We call them the Hannah canes. 22 years ago when our first daughter Hannah was born, we figured we better name a candy after her. So we came up with a traditional peppermint flavor. We did kind of a Victorian Christmas color with a burgundy and white stripe, and we still today make those and call those the Hannah canes. Now we also do a root beer flavored candy cane we sell this time of year. It's a fall color. Root beer is one of my favorite flavors. And then of course we do a blue and white candy cane for Hanukkah that is also the peppermint flavor. And then for Halloween, we even did a pumpkin spice candy cane that was black, yellow, and white. Black, yellow, no, black, orange, and white. I'm sorry. So remember, no flavor in the red spot and the red color here. It is just the color only. All the flavor is going to be in this bigger piece here. Most of it will be the white part of the candy cane. Okay. So we're now once again going to add some color to it. A little paste food color once again. A non-water-based color. And we're going to mix that in like we did the red for a couple minutes here. Now we also do candy canes for other holidays, like for instance Valentine's Day. We do candy canes that are shaped like hearts. They come in red, white, and pink, which is peppermint. Red, white, pink, and lavender, which is cinnamon. And we also do ribbon candy at Valentine's Day, but instead of calling it ribbon candy, we call it Cupid lace. We do a cherry flavored Cupid lace that is red, white, and pink. We do a pink lemonade that is pink, white, and yellow. And then we try to carry a few other flavors throughout the year. Just some of the popular flavors like peppermint and root beer, and a few different flavors like that. Maybe green apple. So now I've just got to get the green all mixed in here. Now we not only make the candy canes here at the other holidays and Christmas time, we make a full line of chocolate. So if you get a chance, you can go over there and take a look. We actually make over 200 different items that we manufacture right here at Logan's, including all the different flavors of the ribbon candy canes. Chocolate covered everything you can imagine. We roast the almonds, cashews, peanuts here. We dip them in chocolate. We add caramel to them. We make our own marshmallow, honeycomb, and all of it we dip in chocolate. 12 different flavored fudges. Just about everything you can imagine. And then of course for Valentine's Day, our #1 seller would be chocolate covered strawberries. So keep that in mind guys, the Valentine's after Christmas here. Strawberries for Valentine's Day. And just color only, so now we're going to add a little flavor. So like I mentioned, we are making cinnamon. So I'm going to put a little hole in the top there. We're going to add a little bit of cinnamon flavor here. I'm going to add about 1/3 of an ounce or so. Doesn't take much, the flavor goes a long, long way. That's a little bit over 1/3 of an ounce right there. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the color. I'm just going to mix that in until we get it all nice and mixed up. Here we go, you guys. There it is. There it is. Go home when I think you were done.
Now you can smell it.
I can smell it.
It smells like a pine cone.
Smell it. I can
It's
smell
getting
it.
stronger. Oh, yes.
Yeah, really great, that's right. Okay, we also want you to know here at Logan's we put a little bit of love in our heart in every batch of candy we make. There we go, you guys, on your heart for slab right there for you. There it is. It's also a reminder to go back for Valentine's Day, so.
It smells really good.
All right, let's get serious and show you how we're going to turn the white here. We're going to put it on the hook here and begin to stretch it, and that's how we're going to turn the candy cane nice and warm. I mean, nice and warm, nice and white.
It's going to be hard because it's getting hard.
Now what we're doing here is adding a little bit of air to the candy cane. That's what causes it to turn white. It's a combination of adding air and the stretching of the sugar crystal. It's very similar to the way you might whip egg whites, how it causes it to turn white.
What?
How many of you guys saw the movie Tangled? Anybody see the movie Tangled? Doesn't that kind of look like Rapunzel's hair there?
It looks like the hook to it.
And then as the color gets lighter and lighter, it starts to look like Elsa's hair from Frozen.
I want to sit.
Starting to turn white. You notice people how white it's starting to look?
It's like Rapunzel's.
Now remember, I'm working with 20 pounds total weight here. I've got about 16 pounds on the hook. And there's about 2 pounds apiece between the white and the green that Jackie's got in front of the heater over there, keeping it nice and warm. And you can see with each and every pull, the color gets a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. Boy, and I'm feeling that cinnamon now. It is hot back here.
Oh my god.
Hot.
Now every batch is a little bit different. I'm not counting how many times I pull it. We're just going to keep pulling till we get a nice bright white. Like I said, every batch is a little different depending on the flavor, the size of the cane, or the flavor of the kind of cane we're making. That'll determine how white we need it to be. If we were making wedding hearts, we would keep pulling until we got a bright, bright white. But either way, we're just going to pull it till we get a nice bright white going here. So, a few more pulls still to go.
Hard after a while. I have to look from behind you guys.
How many times do you think you pulled it?
All right, another pull there. It looks like we're going to take it over the table.
My arms are.
Put it all
I
together.
feel like 116.
I would be like that very specific.
And being that it is big and green, we like to nickname this guy the Hulk. That's how we right there. Thought of that myself, so thank you. And then, of course, what Jackie's working on right here is a giant breath mint. And that is because we understand that somebody out there tonight has incredibly bad breath. So be nice to me. I don't have to point you out, and you know who you are. Just kidding. This is actually going to be the middle or the center of the candy cane. And you'll see in just a couple minutes here how it all pulls together. Now this first piece that I showed you, I'm going to begin to stretch it out here. And when we get it just the right length in a minute here, we're going to cut it into 5 equal pieces. And that's going to make up our 5 little stripes, just like you guys see in all the candy canes up there. That is the same stripe pattern we've been using here at Logan's since 1933. And in 84 years, we have yet to miscount. So if you guys don't mind helping me out tonight, we're going to help me count out the stripes just to make sure we don't miscount. Starting as always with stripe number 1. Number 1, very good.
5.
And after stripe number 1, next will be stripe number 2. Good, number 2. And following stripe number 2, next will be number 3. Number 3, come on, here's the same score. You're not sitting down either. It's 20.
4.
And following stripe number 4, next will be following number 3. See, I almost lost it. There we go. There's stripe number 4. Let's skip it.
10. It's 8. 5.
And last but not least, our final stripe will be stripe number
11.
There it is.
I just said 5 before you said the last number.
All right, if you guys will all take a look right up this way, you can see here we put together here our 5 little stripes right there. Kind of a slab of bacon, I think I heard somebody say out there. You guys all see that? Those are 5 little stripes. And does everybody remember who this guy was? Who was this guy right here? The Hulk. That's right, the Hulk. We can't forget him. And how about what was Jackie working on right here? The giant breath mint. That is correct. All right, we're going to take our 5 little stripes. Thank you, Jackie. We're going to stretch it on top of the old brick there. Just like that. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Now I'm going to ask you to use a little bit of your imagination with me here, if you would. I've got my 5 little red stripes on this side. If we added a little bit of blue and some stars here, what would we have?
The American
Not just any flag, what flag? That's right, the American flag. Come back for the 4th of July, you get to see that one. Then we're going to take our other stripe, also known as
The whole.
we're going to place it right here on the other side of the block. Just like that. So now, as you can see here on this side right here, we have our 5 little stripes right there.
No, it looks like a balloon.
It does,
And you'll see that. And then on this side right there, give it a little tug. Give it a little stretch. That's supposed to be the cue to come out, but I think no one's coming out here. Pulling, tugging, stretching. More pulling, more tugging, more stretching. And if you watch very carefully, when we get it just about the right length and thickness, we're going to give it a little twist.
Wow.
Right before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Wow.
Candy cane.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Here we go. A little cut,
I'm a magician.
a little roll, and a little bend on the other end. Let's all give a big round of applause for candy cane number 1. Live and Here we go. Another little cut, another roll, and another bend. Let's all give it up for candy cane number 2. Right there, number 2. Why don't you guys stay with me? Because remember, we still have 398 more of these to go. Now, this size candy cane that we're making right here, this is actually the smallest size candy cane that we make here at Logan's. And if we continue to make just this size right here throughout the entire batch, by the time we're done, we are going to fill up this entire table full of candy canes. You can see down in there how she is starting to stack them in a row. We're going to stack them row after row after row after row. We're going to fill the table all the way up to right about here by me. And if we make just this size candy cane only, we will make about 400 candy canes this size out of this one batch. That's the part where you're supposed to go, whoa, that's a lot of candy canes. Thank you. Now we do this candy cane demonstration well over 250 times between October, November, and December. And by December 24th, we'll have made somewhere in the neighborhood of about 95,000 to 100,000 candy canes, one by one, just like you're watching.
Wow!
That's a lot of candy canes. Now, as you can see here, we do work kind of in an assembly line. I work right here in position number 1. I pull the candy cane, making me the candy cane. That's right. Right here in position number 2, my daughter Abby's actually doing 2 jobs. First off, she will roll the candy cane, making her the candy cane roller. Then she will hook the candy cane, making her the candy cane bender. Now, that's my daughter. And then down the end is Nora stacking the candy canes, making her the candy cane stacker. Soon somebody will come out of the back room to bag the candy cane, making them the candy cane bagger. And if it happens to be our oldest employee, who is my mother-in-law, I'd have to give her the title of the old bagger. Now, as you can see, we are all staying somewhat busy. We all have our jobs to do. But I do have one job left. If I could get a couple volunteers from out there, we could use your help. Great, because in the back room was a huge pile of dirty dishes right back there. No, I'm just kidding. What we really need is somebody to help us sample or taste test these candy canes. Come on, moms, do let's see moms and dads. Come on, kids, everybody, let's see those hands. Come on. Come on, dads. There we go. Let's see them there back here. Yes. Okay, all right, go ahead and put your hands down. We're going to cut everybody a nice warm sample and bring it right out to you. Abby will demonstrate it for us. We like to call her the Crush Up. Let's see if she can do that again. Maybe that was just beginner's luck there.
Are you watching too?
Touch the finger.
How can she do that?
They're a little bit warm, but they're not that hot. So don't be afraid to take it right off the tray. Put it right in your mouth. Just don't bite right down. Just try to get it like you would a jawbreaker.
See those samples.
Tonight. So just a couple minutes, we're going to get on the ladder. We'll put it all in. We'll let you come up and take a lick and make sure it's no good. What do you think?
The world's largest handmade candy cane.
Now we did point out some of the candy canes up here. Of course, the red and white traditional peppermint cake. That is by far
Kekoa right here, buddy.
Of course, you guys recognize the red, white, and green. That is our cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Come on, baby. Come back over here. Kekoa had a sample. What do you two think? Is it delicious?
So we get everybody quiet for just a couple minutes here. We'd love to tell you the story behind just an insignificant piece of Christmas candy. But actually, the gentleman who invented the candy cane in the United States, sometime around the mid-1800s, he was trying to come up with a single piece of candy that would tell the entire Christmas story, all in that one candy. Well, he came up with a candy cane, and if Abby holds up any one of the candy canes any size, and you look at it in the traditional shape, you'll notice that it looks kind of like the shepherd's staff, which is done to remind us of Jesus as the Good Shepherd. If you take that same candy cane, turn it upside down, now it becomes the letter J. Then of course the letter J standing for Jesus. Just as you guys know, the true meaning and celebration of Christmas is actually the celebration of the birth of Christ. Now everything in the candy cane has a meaning all the way from the white part of the candy cane standing for the purity of Christ, the red, the blood of Christ, the stripes from the cross, the hardness of the cane, the flavor, the shape, everything has a meaning. If you guys would like the entire candy cane story in a nutshell, we do have a copy right down by the register over there. They are free, so feel free to grab a copy or two. We've got plenty. It's a great way to share the story with others and let them know the true meaning behind the candy cane also.
So to make these easy apart, I take up the ends of the candy cane and I make it look kind of like a U shape. And then I just squeeze the bottom of the candy cane to make it more like a V. And then I take the tops and I curve them around really slowly to make the little arches. And then I squish it together in the center to make it all stick. And just like that, you made yourself. Yay!
You guys gonna try to bring it over here? We'll give it to you. Thanks. Say thank you.
Oh, you just
Oh, we got our worm.
so once you have your
Come on,
cake,
come on, come on. Kekoa, what did you make, honey?
A 0.
A 0, a handmade candy cane. It's nice and hot. Is it good? All the kids made handmade candy canes. Oh, how cute! Let me see.
And almost all of us made hearts.
Where's Max?
I think we can hold.
Let me see, Max. What'd you make? A heart? Oh my goodness, that's so yummy. How cute.